right, we are back with another episode, another season of the Ricky Henderson of podcast, the greatest of all podcasts, the GOAP. Feels good to say that. And we got something new cooking this season. We got our man, the artist formerly known as Hal the Hot Dog Man, aka Dr. Gordon. Hal Gordon is now the co-host.
That's right. I'm here, baby. I'm ready to go.
Over the offseason, Hal turned into a doctor. How about that, folks?
That's right. Now I'm Doctor Hot Dog or Doctor Wiener Boy. Whatever. But
that's Doctor
Wiener Boy. Whatever you
want,
but it has to start with Doctor. All right. Yeah. That's
I like Dr. Hot Dog. That's all right.
There you go,
dude. So Hal, people want to know. I want to know too. If you did a Tom Brady and you were like, all right, I'm retiring, but then you're really going to come back. Are you coming back this season or what?
Well, we'll see. I think, when I said it was, that I was going to be done. I think I said, I might stick around for just like the beginning of the season. So, like right now, I'm applying for jobs and I'm looking for sort of what's next. And when I get that figured out, I think that will pretty much be the end of the hot dog situation. But, I don't know. I have to, I'll still have to reach out to everybody and say, hey, you mind if I like hang out for a couple days, maybe come to opening day, a couple more games.
Yeah. People want to see you, dude. People.
As long as I'm hanging out here with, looking for a job, I think I'll try and spend as much time as I can at the Coliseum.
Well, congrats,
so at least say goodbye to some people who aren't on Twitter.
Well, congrats, dude. I'm sure getting a PhD from Cal is not easy or fun. So
yeah, it was a lot more fun being Hal the Hot Dog guy. I'll just say that.
All right,
I'm really excited about doing this podcast with you, Alex, because I think partly I was thinking like, how do I once I find a job and move on, how do I keep connected to all the friends I've made in the A's community. So
you have to stay connected to the A's. That's right. A's universe, dude.
That's right. Yeah. So that's right. So when Elon Musk decides to swing down and buy the A's, and he's looking for a new general manager, I'll be like, well, I've got a podcast. I'm ready to go.
I know. Well, hey, Bob Myers has a podcast now, so it's like the front office executives. That's like the new thing now.
Well, when I told my wife that I was doing this, she said, "Oh, another white boy with a podcast." I was like, "No.
I got a brown co-host.
I'm stealing it from I'm colonizing it."
Yeah, from a brown guy. I'm sure she loved that. Sure, she would have loved that. Yeah,
that's right. So it's better. Yeah, there you go.
Even better. Well. So yeah, the plan is for me and Hal to do once of these a week every Monday. We'll see how disciplined we stay, but that's the goal for now. Hopefully have some guests. Going to try to get some players on this year, so we'll see. And I still have not had an active player, but we'll get there.
We'll figure it out. If I have to just, it might be that I just stand behind the bullpen at the Coliseum. And I just ask questions to a relief pitcher.
Dude, you could just bring your phone and do live
reporting.
Right,
exactly. And then they'll just nod yes or no, because I'm sure that they're not allowed to just talk to a fan. We'll get it somehow.
Yeah, we're gonna need some Hal boots on the ground coverage for sure.
Yep,
yeah,
that's right. Just a nodding yes or no answers will work real well for the podcast medium. But two, I think we want to just, there'll be less to cover until the season starts, but when the season starts, I think there'll be like, just like get a lot of fans on. I think we'll talk about that later too, but it would be fun to just interview some just regular fans too.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm stoked to get some of the classics, get some new fans on here, But dude, so baseball season has started. Pitchers and catchers have reported on Wednesday.
Yep.
You ever been down there? You ever been to spring training?
Oh, I've been to spring training. I've been to spring training in Florida when I was
the grapefruit guy. Yeah,
when I was a kid, right? When I was a kid, we would every spring break we'd go down to Florida, and one season my dad said, "We're driving up to Sarasota. There's this new guy that the White Sox have that everyone's excited about. So we drove up to Florida and watched Michael Jordan take batting practice.
Shut up!
Training.
You saw? No way! You saw Michael Jordan take?
So that's the only time I've been to spring.
That's amazing, dude. That's so cool. You saw Jordan play baseball. That's amazing.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Well, I went to ASU, so I was out there. And the A's used to play really close to ASU's campus.
Yeah.
So like at Papago, like that was like the closest stadium. So I used to go to a bunch of games. My buddy used to work in the team shop and stuff. So good times. Good. I love spring training, dude. I actually have never been in the Mesa facility. I haven't been there since they opened that yet. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, maybe. It seems, it's fun. I think it's these little crumbs of baseball to wet our palates.
It's funny. It's like because it's still so new to me. So lately, like the A's, every day the A's are dropping videos, and I'm just like, yes, content. Like dudes running on a field. It's like nothing at all, but it gets me excited. I do love baseball. Baseball's still great.
Yeah, and if you're not watching this on YouTube,
yes, we're on YouTube. I gotta say,
you should watch it on YouTube.
Subscribe and like. That's what all the pros say. That's
right. Subscribing. We're commenting. We're liking. We're doing it all. But if you're listening to this on traditional podcast, Alex told me that he had spent the last couple hours pulling out all of his green. We got a Cespedes
from all the different eras, it's like the Cespedes.
It looks like there's an axe.
That's an actually okay. So yes, that is an axe. My friend made me. We have a fire pit out back, and my friend made me a custom axe, but it only lasted one night. Like the third chop, it just snapped. So
yikes. Okay,
but it's also only being held up.
But it's green and gold. It's got green and gold stripes on it.
Yeah, green
we got a Frank Thomas Big Hurt.
Miguel Tejada MVP, a Terrence Long jersey. Got a picture of Jason Giambi, a picture of Jose.
Oh,
Dallas Braden. We got Dallas Braden over here.
There he is. Pre-beard Braden. We should contact Dallas. We should get him on.
Yes, I figure like my roommates moved out, so I have like a whole extra room now. So now this is the podcast.
We have a blue room for the podcast.
This is the podcast room.
We can okay. Yeah, so if you're listening and you're watching it on YouTube or you're listening, you follow any of us on Twitter or Instagram, send us a message, tell us who you want us to bother to get on the podcast.
Yeah, who
can get them on.
Yeah,
and if you yourself want to be on the podcast, if you have some fun, stories about being an A's fan or whatever, you should also tell us, and we'll interview you too. So
we're gonna try to do like a fan segment, like I don't know, as much as often as we can. Yeah, that's right. I like that, the People's Podcast.
The People's Podcast. Yeah. So, unlike those, unlike all the big money at the
big podcast,
the Lockdown A's podcast.
Yeah,
that's the big time.
Yeah,
we're the small guys. Anyway, let's talk about some stuff.
Yeah, what's getting you? I mean, for me, we talked about this a little bit before. I think it's all about the Fujinami, the Shintaro Fujinami hype train right now.
That's right.
I think that's what the A's are hanging their hat on. It's like, we got this guy who's going to throw 140 innings. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, what I've heard is he's got amazing stuff, which means, he's got like 4 or 5 pitches that are really good. Everyone's excited about it.
Yeah, 6.
I think the problem is control. But, the A's signed him for a 1-year contract. And so I think it's like it's the best of both worlds for the A's themselves, and for Fuji himself, because I think he had bigger. I was reading, they thought a lot more of him when he started in.
He was really good his first 4 years. Yeah, first,
and then he's had a lot of control issues.
Yeah, I think it was like because him and Otani, like they played in that that Koshin high school tournament, and I think they were at the same year, so they were always viewed as rivals.
That's right.
People were saying when Fujinami was coming up, he was a better pitcher. Like they were like, oh, he's a bet, but obviously we see how that all played out. But but I mean, him and Otani, they're going to play each other 12, 13 times a year. So hopefully they get to face each other.
Well, I think that's right. If he ends up. So, I think that there's a couple, options. He can show up and he might not be as good as everyone hopes he is. And, them's the breaks. He shows up and he's a strong member of the A's staff. That's even better. And I think if he shows up and moving to a new league, really, and getting the getting maybe better or different coaching that the A's have, gets his control back. The A's will have a great trade piece because he's only signed for 1 year. So,
dude, honestly, I've been thinking about that. Like, I think like Blackburn, Ramon, and James Caprillion, if they have like any decent amount of success, like they'll probably be out of here by the trade deadline. I think those are like those are like probably the next guys who I think.
Well, the other big guy is Tony Kemp because Tony's on his last year of arbitration, so he's pretty much walking either
TikTok.
way.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And I feel like at the deadline, like a contending team who needs some infield help, like they would love Tony Kemp,
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. So, I think it's when we said, what are we excited about the team this year? And minutes later, we're already talking about how many of the players are going to get traded. I think that's indicative.
I know. Well, I mean, that's where we're at.
Journey of an A's fan, right?
Well, it's crazy. Like, dude, yeah, it's just like at this point, it's like they're so deep into it. It's like, I don't even know why there's any veterans. Like, you might as well just chop everybody off, cut everything, cut all the fat.
To be honest, I was like kind of surprised when they spent some money on some new free agents. I think that possibly might just be because they're getting revenue sharing, and MLB may have called them and said, you can't spend less than $10 million this year, guys. You have to get somebody.
Yeah, dude. Last year they spent $1.7 million. They signed Vogt and Jed Lowry to those 2 deals, and that was it. Yeah. So sad, dude.
We got, honestly, I think the person I'm most excited about of the new hirings is Trevor May, who's a relief pitcher.
Yeah. He's all about the A's too. He's like, he actually appreciates. He like likes the franchise, which is rare. You hear,
Yes. So he seems like a cool dude. He's going to be one of the highest paid players on the A's. I think maybe tied for the highest. He's going to be making $7 million.
I think he's the most. I think he's
there. You go, baby.
Yeah, I think he's
I think he seems like a cool guy. He's got his own YouTube channel.
Interesting. So he'd probably be great on the pod. We got to get him on the pod.
He'd be great on the pod. He's great. He seems like a fun guy. I think one of the videos I saw on YouTube was he did a super cut of all of the home runs he's ever given up. And he posted it, and I was like, this guy's gonna work out.
That's hilarious. Perfect. That's hilarious.
Work out great.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like he's had some really good seasons. He had kind of a down season last year, so I think, it's another person I think that it makes sense for him to sign a 1-year contract, see if he can do better. Certainly, he spent the last 2 years in New York. Certainly, there'll be a lot less eyes and pressure on him at the Coliseum. But, he also, I think he's from Seattle, so he's a West Coast dude. And I think
he has like I think he has like the most experience of anybody closing games too. So I think that's like he's gonna be in the mix for that. But
he'll definitely be in the mix. And one of the first things he said when he signed was I think maybe it was with Martin Gallegos. He does have the most service time of anyone on the roster. Yeah. So but Gallegos asked him what he was excited about, and he said, well, I wanted to come to the A's because I grew up listening to hyphy music. So
dude, he's gonna
pick some good warm up songs and stuff.
I think he's just gonna have like a time of his life out there. He's just like,
we got it. Yeah, we gotta. That's we should send him a letter and say, please be on our podcast, sir.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah.
But yeah, like we said, the A's did let go some people this winter. Cole Irvin is gone. Sean Murphy. So Cole Irvin to the Orioles for like a minor league infielder.
I think it was the Baltimore Orioles 16th top.
Yeah, it was like their 8th. I was like, dude, you're trading away your ace for like the number 18 guy who's like in high A. Like what? Like couldn't get anything more? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
See, that move just seemed like they were just like, we just need to get rid of this guy.
As fans, I'll bring this back to something I know about economics, which is something called loss aversion. As fans, and I think as humans in general, we really value the things we currently own and value the less things that we don't yet own. So if we lose something, it really hurts us more than gaining something of the same value. So, I think we get to know these people, we get to know these players. Cole seemed like a real cool dude. I liked the music that he'd pick
and he like established himself.
Games.
Like he was like their most reliable pitcher.
Absolutely. He was definitely the best pitcher last year. I think he probably was better than even before Paul Blackburn got injured. I think he definitely was better than Paul Blackburn. I really liked him too because I saw him before the game once and I asked him, what cheers do you want me to get started? He's like, get some Swervin' Irvin chants started.
Irvin.
I would sit there whenever he'd be pitching the last month of the season. I'd try and get people to chant Swervin' Irvin with me, which is fun. But
and then Sean Murphy. Yeah, Sean Murphy's gone.
Yeah, the Sean Murphy trade I think hurts because he has like 4 years of control left, or he had 4 years of control. He signed a big extension with the Braves, just like.
I'm happy for him. Like he got what it was 5 years, 73. Like I'm actually surprised it wasn't more. But
I mean, if he didn't have, I don't exactly know how many years it was, but
I think it was. I think it was this year and then 2 more. I think it was like the next 3 seasons or something crazy like that. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So he had 4 years of control left. So yeah, it's 6 years, $73 million. So that takes him through all those 4 years left, and then 2 more after that. So I think
baseball's arbitration system is so messed up. Like
they have
club
crazy
control for way too long.
It's insane because it doesn't start until you get to the major leagues. So you're like under control for like 10 years if you spend 4 years in the minor leagues. But poor guy, he's only going to make $73 million. He's definitely worth far more than that. But I think this is one of these things. If the A's had gotten their stadium ready, I think because he has so many years of control left, you would think let's build around Sean Murphy. Obviously, the reason why they felt even better about letting him go was they have Shea Langoliers. But I mean, the main thing is that Sean Murphy's family, when they would visit, used to buy a ton of hot dogs. So it's gonna be some hot dog sales.
That's the real pay. That's the real loss.
To replace all those hot dog sales.
Damn, the Murphys were They supported the brand. Damn, that's
really just everyone, all these people who I'm sure as I say that
I mean they got like a couple guys. I mean I'm excited to see Kyle Muller. I mean.
Yep.
I mean, Mark Kotze a couple of days ago. This is pretty outlandish. He said he's like a Bumgarner. What did he say? He said a Bumgarner somebody mix. I forget who, but it was like 2 really good pitchers. Oh, Mulder. It was like Mark Mulder and Bumgarner mix. And I was like, okay, that's pretty lofty expectations. But I mean, he was the Braves' #1 overall prospect. He's 6'7", 250. Looks like a tank. But I guess he throws gas, and I don't know. I'm excited for that. And then also I think the most intriguing guy in that deal was Esteury Ruiz. He's this outfielder, stole 85 bases last year, and I mean he bounced around. I think he was drafted by the Pirates, and he got traded to the Brewers, and he got traded to the A's. So and Kotze said he's like a shy guy.
The Royals is what I'm saying.
Oh, the Royals. Okay, yeah. And then then the Brewers, and then so I don't know.
But he's still only 24. So
I think he has options. Yeah, and then then the AJ Puck trade, like the JJ Bleday guy that they got.
Yep.
All he does is hit dingers and strikes out. Like, let's go.
He's a 3 true outcomes kind of guy. He's going to walk. He's going to strike out. He's going to hit some home runs.
Yeah.
JJ Bleday is a left fielder. He's sort of very similar to AJ Puck in that like he's very highly rated draft pick, and we'll see. I think a change of scenery for both of them could be helpful.
Yeah, and they both have options. I think, Bleday is 25, I think. So it's like, I mean, he was a #4 overall pick in 2019. I still think 2019 was like 2 years ago, and I'm like, damn, that was 4 years ago. So
it's the before times. So let me ask you this, Alex. What do you think would define a successful season?
So I think this year is literally I think this whole season is like a tryout. It's like this year is to figure out who's like their core, like who's going to be
Yep.
their top couple pitchers. Is Shea going to be able to handle it?
Yep.
Who can Bladane Ruiz like establish themselves? Is Dermis Garcia like a viable guy for like I don't know. I mean, maybe not Dermis Garcia in that conversation, but like can Tyler Soderstrom kill it and get all the way up? Get a September call up. Like I don't know. Can they set up like sift through all these young players and figure out who's going to be the guys going forward? Because I think
Yep.
they're not going to be competitive this year, but I think next year they should be like maybe a little better, like I don't know, competitive 500 or better.
Yep.
So I think
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing. They just have to figure out who are their guys. I mean, I think the record is kind of irrelevant. They just have to identify talent, basically.
Yeah, I think that's right. So for me, I think that the only thing that sort of matters, and we may not have have it resolved by the time of even by October, is this is going to be the year that we either get Howard Terminal done or we don't.
Yeah,
I think that that's going to be.
I mean that's the real successful.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the real thing. Yeah,
that's it. I think if they don't get Howard Terminal done, I think that they will basically say that they're going to go to Vegas.
Yeah,
they may play another season in the Coliseum, which will be very awkward. I think that
I think they're playing there next year no matter what.
I mean, but they got to figure, everyone's got to figure this out. I think what we're going to do before the season starts, we're going to do a whole episode devoted to Howard Terminal.
For sure.
But
get Casey on here. You got to get Casey.
Yeah, we're going to get Casey or Brody on here. And then, I think I have a lot of thoughts about it, but in general, what's happening right now?
Yeah, let's do. You were going to give a Howard Terminal update, right?
Yeah,
what's going on?
The big update here is that they have just not talked, I don't think, very much to Oakland since the new mayor and city council's been sat, which is not. It's not. They were hoping for this. The city was hoping to get a big federal grant that they didn't get, but the city, I think, has said that they have other grants that they're working on, and I think that there'll be some way of submitting of some type of city bonds potentially to pay for this offsite infrastructure. But really, the big issue is that that they're hundreds of millions of dollars short on the offsite infrastructure, which is like making it possible for people to get from downtown to Howard Terminal, crossing the train tracks, filling in a ton of new potholes and stuff.
Dude, I was down there kind of recently, and it's like, yeah, that place is not ready for.
I've biked a few times on 3rd Street down there, and there are potholes that you could live in. They're foxholes, man. But that doesn't.
It just looks like deserted.
It's because of all the semis. They got all those semis coming from the dock, and so I mean that whole thing is torn up. I think that there's both a great case to be said that, hey, John Fisher, you're a billionaire. This is your fun project that you've decided to do with your life. Spend a bunch of the money you've inherited on a baseball team.
And I'm surprised you can't get some of his cronies, his rich friends together. Yeah, get some funding. Like it couldn't be that hard if you already got.
On the other side, or the other side of the coin, developers usually don't pay, for roads. It's usually the city. But there's a mix. But we can get more into that, I think, maybe at a later date. But what's happening is that they're clearly trying to make moves in Vegas. They still don't have a location.
Dave Cavill and Sandy Dean are there's a few other people. Like Sandy Dean is like John Fisher's right-hand man, and they're both registered as lobbyists now in Nevada. So.
Yes. Yeah. So, and I think that they've probably hired a real lobbyist. I think they have
'Cause
an office.
I read Zenny Abraham. He's like independent. You know Zenny? I don't know if
Oh, I
you
know
know.
Zen.
Yeah, so I was reading some of he laid out there was like 5 or 6 or 7 people
Yeah.
that associate with the A's, but really like once Sandy Dean is in there, that's when you know it's like real deal because he's like the Fisher family. I think he's like the guy, you know. Like
Yeah. So, I mean, the big thing to know is that I think at the end of next January, the A's either have a signed agreement with Oakland or Las Vegas to build a stadium, or they lose their revenue sharing, right? And so that's probably 40 or $50 million. Uh,
yeah.
who knows? I mean, you'd think that they would figure something out by then. So, I mean,
Once you start messing with Fisher's money, he'll probably be
I
like,
think
okay.
we're going to hear,
Yeah.
I'm predicting that we're going to hear a lot more sort of bad, discouraging news. And that's just going to be how it is. Because what they're going to do is I think they're going to try and sit there and they're going to say, is Vegas or Oakland giving us the better deal? But they don't, I think that they kind of know what the Oakland deal is. They'll wait for Oakland to find more money, maybe. Hopefully they'll keep talking to Oakland, for the love of God, talk to them at least. But they'll see what their offer is in Vegas. They'll see what the land is, and I honestly think that they're gonna wait until the end of this calendar
Mhm.
year, and they're just gonna pick which one they
Which is
like
the best
better.
deal. Yeah. Yeah. I also
And
want to, yeah, I
I
wanted
think
to
it's out
share,
of almost everyone's hands. Yeah.
yeah, I wanted to share too. Manfred. I mean, he every few months he says like these generic comments. These are the most recent comments that Manfred told
Yes.
the Chronicles
Let's hear
John
'em.
Shea. He said, "I think the best way for me to answer that is to say, I think the focus since I spoke to you in December really has been on Las Vegas. The city of Oakland has been caught up trying to do trying to do their work, work their way through these funding issues. I'm sure you've read about." But I've talked to John Fisher on a regular basis about what's going on in Oakland and what's going on in Las Vegas. So it seems like it's kind of like he's just doing kind of Fisher's bidding. He's like just kind of poking, keeping that iron hot about Vegas. You
Yeah.
know, I don't think there's anything substantial there. I know they went there a couple weeks ago, but they've been going there for years. You know,
I fully expect that sometime, yeah, in this next year, we're going to get renderings. They're going to declare a spot. Um,
yeah,
I don't think, I think last year there was a good chance for them to lock it down with Oakland, and that would have been it. That passed. I don't know who's to blame for that, but I think probably a lot of things are to blame. But that's just, I mean, that's what we gotta wait for, and I think the fans are going to continue to punish the A's for not having a plan. In that, I don't think very many people are going to be at the Coliseum again this
yeah,
season.
for sure.
Uh, you know, and for people who had tickets 2 years ago or 3 years ago, or for even people who had tickets last year and are not renewing it, I get it. I understand,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I mean that's the one thing you were talking about too when we met at Kingfish. We were just talking about this. You're like, dude, I'm curious to see how the attendance stacks up compared to last year because last year
oh yeah,
it was like 9,000 I think average or somewhere
yeah,
like
it was under
nine.
10,000.
Yeah,
I would like to. I'm gonna like pull out an Excel spreadsheet, I think, and just and
just
like
like
keep track.
compare.
It'll be a little bit
Yeah,
tough because they had the lockout for that first week, but we'll figure it out. I am interested to see how that goes.
and all right, to wrap it up, let's go head to head in a draft,
That's
Hal.
right. That's right. It's gonna be Alex versus Hal.
We got so much talent on this A's team. We're gonna draft two small team. How many people do you want to do? Like 5 people each or something? How many?
Oh, I think
I
I
mean,
think we gotta until we get to the point where we can't say anything about players. That's that's when we stop.
oh my god. Well, that's gonna come up pretty early, I think. You know.
Yeah, it's
No.
gonna take a while. Right. Yeah. So instead of doing like a full rundown on each player and stuff, or each position, I think that's been done a few times. I know that Brody's been doing some of this on YouTube. I've heard a lot of good content on the on on the Lockdown A's podcast. Even my guys out in England, the Oakland A UK
the
guys,
Athletics UK,
oh,
yeah.
they have their own fun podcast, and they've done a bunch of rundowns of different players. So instead of doing that, we're just gonna go one player at a time. We're gonna pick our own team from A's players, and then we're gonna see who has the better total WAR.
Yeah,
By
are we gonna keep track? Because of some of these guys might get traded by the end of the year. I mean, you know,
I'm gonna have to. I'll be the stats man. All right.
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
And does position matter, or is it just like straight up
just
best player
you
available?
Want the most WAR.
Okay.
So
okay.
You
All right.
just
That's
start
it.
picking all the pitchers.
Okay.
If you want.
Okay.
All right. This was my idea. So you should go first.
Okay. I got first pick. Okay.
Take first pick.
This one might be risky because he might not last, but I'm gonna go with Ramon. I'm gonna go.
All right.
I like Ramon's offense and defense. You know, I think he does a little of both. You know,
he's gonna WAR is all about a counting stat. So you get more WAR by more at bats.
Yeah, he's got to play. He's got to play. He's got to play. He's got to play.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna go with the big bopper. I'll take Seth.
Seth, okay, nice. Okay, we're going with Seth. The two. I think those might be their two best. Those are probably their two best hitters.
He had positive. I believe Seth had positive WAR last year. Which,
dude, I'm just pulling up the baseball reference list. Yeah, he's number 3. He's the highest remaining guy.
Yeah, after Murphy and Irvin.
Yeah, Murphy, Irvin, and then Frankie was after him, and then
yeah. All right. Well, he's going to get a lot of. He's he's another guy who's just like, this service time is just killing him. He's like, he's got so little service time. He's already.
It seems like he's been here. Yeah, he's been here forever, dude. Yeah.
But he's gonna, they're gonna keep playing him. They ain't paying him much, so they're gonna play him a lot.
All right, I'm gonna go. I don't even know. It's like already hard to pick. You know what? I am gonna go with I'll go with Paul Blackburn. Why not?
Okay, great.
Hopefully he eats some innings. I have no idea.
He should be back. Hopefully he'll be in. He's healthy.
Like it's rare for a reliever to have high WAR, right? Because you don't play that much, right?
Yeah, they have less. They don't have So I would starting pitchers will usually have bigger loads of WAR. Paul Blackburn, I think, is a great pick. I think it'd be great if he keeps up what he was doing the first half of last season.
Yeah, he just needs.
I'm gonna go with my man Tony Kemp. He's definitely my favorite player left on the A's. His number's 5. That's my favorite number. And
dude, we got Tony on the pod. We got to have Tony on the pod.
Let me tell you, I'm going to do whatever I can. This is. I'm going to start stalking him to get him on the pod. He's my number 1 guy on the pod. Also to encourage him, because now he's on my team. Yeah. So I'm going to have to.
You're like, dude, you're on my WAR team. I got you.
Come
on. Okay. I think. I'm gonna go with Aledmus Diaz. I know it's a random one, but it's like I think he's gonna be playing. And
tell me more. So he's gonna be playing, you think?
And that's about it. I think that's all you need to qualify for this.
I mean, they signed him to a free agent.
I don't know who else. I just think. I like Shea, but I just don't think Shea's. I don't know.
Yep. I mean, catchers.
I have no idea.
Yep. Almighty Diaz.
At this point, I just have no idea.
Can you tell me anything more about Almighty Diaz? Can we?
I don't know. He just fucking plays all over the place. Really, is all I know. And
great.
Not a great hitter. I mean, him and Jace Peterson are kind of like the same player. I think Aledmus Diaz has more upside to him, a little bit more bat. But I mean, they're both 32-year-old utility guys who, I wouldn't expect much. Yeah, I wouldn't expect much.
He's going to be playing all around the infield, I think.
Yeah, I think all over. I think he might even he can play left field also. I think Jace Peterson kind of has like the inside track on third, but
and we might see Kevin Smith again, but at third base.
Yeah, I don't know if Tony and Nick Allen are going to be playing every day.
Yeah.
So
All right. Well, I guess I got to pick somebody now. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna pick up. You know, I'm gonna go with Langoliers.
Okay.
Langoliers,
Yeah,
23.
Shea. Yeah, I mean, dude, when he started, he was a beast. But then I think the league, once the tape got out, he was like, oh, not great. Yeah.
So we got him. He was another guy on the Braves that we got on the trade. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. I think originally we thought Christian Pache was going to be the
Dude,
big,
I thought he was gonna be great. Yeah,
but it
but
looks like Shea Langoliers is the good component of that Matt Olson trade. So
yeah, I mean
I'll take
Pache,
him.
if Pache can't hit over 180, yeah. I
Oh
mean, damn.
boy. Yeah. All right. You're
Um,
next.
I will go with James Caprillion. I think he started career high
Brilliant.
26 games last year. So
Okay.
going with my boy Cap.
I think I'm going to go with Mr. Fuji.
Fuji, Fuji.
I'm excited. I don't know if these are the best players to take. Well, I mean, who knows who the best, I'm just hoping for people with positive war, but definitely, the other thing I think we were talking about was just like what's so much fun about when the Angels play, um, is all these Japanese fans are just so much fun to have at the Coliseum. So first of all, they show up, but it's just like they bring a different energy. They'll just be like, uh, they'll just be like people holding up like fan art that they've made, just feeling
Yeah.
like, hey, look at my fan art, and I think that's fun. I hope
Dude, my
I hope that.
Cespedes poster, my Cespedes, I gotta strengthen that thing. It's falling apart here.
Oh
The,
boy.
the Cespedes scarf is on its way down. Oh God.
He's on his way down. But yeah, I mean, I think if Fuji does well, I think that could bring a lot of fun to the stadium. I can't wait to see all of the last dive bar stuff that they're gonna
Oh
create.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's gonna
Yeah, they got
be.
a whole new. That's good. They got a whole new crop of people to do stuff
Yeah,
for.
yeah,
Yeah,
and Fuji. I mean, he said the right thing, and he said, "I'm so excited about the Coliseum, baby." I
yeah,
think they said,
yeah.
"What do you like most about Oakland?" I think
You
he's
know the
been to
Bay
one
Area.
place,
Yeah.
so he said,
Oh, the
"The
Coliseum.
Coliseum." That's the only place I've been to the airport, and the Coliseum sells at the Coliseum. But yeah, that's
And
gonna be fun.
Force is like, okay, we're gonna be all right then.
Yeah. All right. Well, who you got next?
All right, I got. I'm gonna go Ken Waldachuk. I'm very high on Ken Waldachuk. I think he by the end of the year could be like the ace of the team. I like
Great.
Waldachuk.
Yes.
I like
Yes.
his
Great.
stuff. Him and Muller. We're just yeah.
Yeah, man. Waldchuk. Is he from South Carolina?
I'm not sure. I don't know
I
where
think
he's from.
so. He was from the Yankees.
Yeah, from the Yanks. He was in the Frankie
Yeah.
trade. Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
It's like I always have to associate. I was like, oh yeah, how did they get this guy?
Yeah, yeah.
How
He's a
did they?
he's a Frankie boy.
Yeah, what trade was he?
Oh no, he's from San Diego. Okay.
Oh
All
yeah,
right.
he went to St. Mary's. I grew up in Moraga, so I'm all
Okay.
about Moraga. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. All right.
Southpaw.
Softball. All right. Great. Perfect. 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 All right. Well, oh boy. All right. I'm up next. I'll take Jesus Aguilar.
Okay, he's got some diggers in that bat.
He could be
Yeah.
their DH. I'm mostly picking him because his number is 99. So in your face, Giants fans, we signed somebody with the 99. All right, in your face.
All right. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty here.
Oh yeah,
This is round 6.
these are some lightning rounds.
How about we do? See if we can get 2 teams of 9 guys. Let's see if we can
All
get
right,
9.
great. We have 5 each.
Yeah, let's see if we can do it. Okay, next I will go. Shit, I don't even know. This is already rough, dude. I literally don't know. I'll go Jace Peterson. Sure, he'll get
I think
a
that's
lot of
smart.
at bats. Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
Jace Peterson.
Okay.
He's Eledimus Diaz 2.0. So
Yep. All right. Well, if I'm looking for at bats, I guess I think I'm gonna go. I'm worried that he's gonna have negative WAR, but I think I'm gonna pick up Pache because
Wow.
he's got no options left.
Yeah, he might not
So-
even make the team,
So
dude.
he's either on the team or he's gone. So I don't think that they're gonna stash him. They can't stash him in. Yeah. So
All right. I'm going to go. I know I'm picking a lot of pitchers here, but I'm going to go with Drew Rucinski. I think he's like a low key that he was pitching in Korea last few years. He's 34. Nobody's expecting anything. Nobody's talking about
well,
the
except
guy.
Alex. Alex is expecting big things.
And so 34-year-old Drew Rucinski. I don't know if it's Rucinski or Rucinski, but I'm picking my boy Drew.
All right. Well, when we have him on the pod, we'll ask him. Hopefully, we'll figure that out. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Who do I want? I mean, I think we already mentioned him. I mentioned I was excited for him. So I think I'm gonna go to the pen. I'm gonna take Trevor May.
Trevor May, your guy.
I'm taking him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the pen too. I saw this is kind of cheating. I was just looking at last year's war results while doing research. I saw Domingo Acevedo was on the kind of high up there because that dude just eats innings. So he's like the new Petite. I'll take Domingo Acevedo.
That's not cheating. That's just smart. That's using data, baby. Yeah. All right. Let's see. I'll take another relief pitcher. It's going to be, I think Zach Jackson.
Zach Jackson, sure. That
Yeah.
guy's reliable. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
The man from Oklahoma.
And I think this is
I learn a lot about country music from some of these players because I don't listen to country music ever. And but so a lot of them pick that as their warm-up music.
Yeah, the Seth Brown. I don't know what Seth Brown's music is, but I think always sticks in my head.
Noisy last year. He had that song,
Oh yeah.
You got a dream, chase it.
Chase
what got a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like some
dreams won't chase you back.
Yeah.
You gotta love somebody. Oh, but
Damn, I hope I find my wife.
Oh, great. Unfortunately, he's cut. So.
Okay. My last pick, I'm gonna go with Danny Jimenez. I love Danny Jimenez, big Danny Jimenez guy.
Danny Jimenez.
Yeah.
56. Okay. Well, I'm sure there's somebody. Oh, you know what? He's got good defense. Terrible bat. Just terrible. But Nick Allen.
Okay, I like it. Why
no
not?
one took him yet, so
why not?
All right.
These are solid teams.
The numbers.
Great teams.
We will
check
back at the end of spring training to see if any of these players.
Or we should. Once the season starts, we'll do a running tally to see who's going.
We're gonna
make little graphics
tallies
on YouTube. It'll be great.
It's gonna be great. We're gonna have that. We're gonna do a running tally on can the A's beat their attendance from last season.
A lot of stuff. We're gonna get some fans on here. So
yes. So if you've stayed with us, thank you so much. We're gonna try and keep this sort of loosey goosey and fun.
Very serious. This is very serious.
If you want to join us, comment on YouTube or tweet at us or send something to Instagram.
I was thinking it would be kind of fun to do a mailbag. So maybe like later this week, I'll do a tweet out from Ricky Blog. Follow
Absolutely.
us at Ricky Blog or check out Hal at A's Hot Dog or a shot dog.
And a shot dog. And what if I was on the internet and I just want to read some news stories about the Warriors?
Oh, so about the Warriors,
or just Bay Area.
You go to Alex Espinoza on 95.7 The Game. Oh yeah.
Okay,
check out his coverage. He's got great coverage.
Yeah, I've heard all the internet written coverage on the game. website. What is it? What's the website?
Yeah, 957thegame.com. But actually,
It
you
is.
know what? I'm thinking about firing up Ricky Blog again. Like it's called Ricky Blog and I don't even blog. So it's like, maybe I should blog.
You know, I love it.
Yeah. Maybe I
love it.
should. Maybe I should bring it back. So
But yeah. Alex provides a lot of great coverage on all Bay Area sports at 957thegame.com. So check that out.
Yeah.
And if your organization is hiring an academic economist,
Hal is your
let
guy.
me know. I'm on the market, so let me know. Okay.
All right,
Well, this is
Dr.
fun.
Hot Dog. Yeah, this was amazing. Dr. Wiener Boy, Dr. Gordon, Dr. Hot Dog.
That's right. I'll talk to you again next week, Alex.
Yeah, for sure, man. All right.
All right.
Great episode.
All right. And then a sweet exit song.
Good shit.